Good evening and welcome to our second game of the doubleheader here tonight at Chautauqua Lake Central School. And in this second game we have the varsity Ripley Eagles visiting the Chautauqua Lake Thunderbirds. In the first game, the Lady Thunderbirds took care of the Lady Eagles 46-9. And in the second game here, we're just announcing here the starting lineups. For Ripley, senior Nathan Rogers. Number 4, senior Sawyer Eimers for Ripley. Number 12, Chris McCorkle, senior. Kyle Hammond, sophomore. Coach Luter was excited about him. And Eric Horseman, sophomore, number 3 for the Ripley Eagles. Ripley has not had a program, a basketball boys program, in 3 years. Chautauqua Lake now. Brett Morrison, senior. There's Jason McMahon, number 20. Judah Samuelson, number 23. Dan Gleason is the other starter. And Taylor Loomis, number 24. So this should be a good battle here. This is a non-division game between Chautauqua Lake and Ripley, as Chautauqua Lake is in the C division and Ripley in Class D. A good battle. Ripley a little outnumbered here. Coach Luter said they only have 9 available players. Coach Chris Dole for Chautauqua Lake excited about their basketball program. They had once again the boys had a solid season for the football year, and they're looking forward to a successful season here in the basketball program. They're just moments away from tip-off. You can feel the excitement here at Chautauqua Lake Court as they are ready to get the basketball season underway. Coach Dole's starting lineup: Morrison, McMahon, Samuelson, Loomis, and Gleason. And for Coach Luter, who coached back in the late 80s, early 90s for Ripley, is back for another stint here with the Ripley Eagles. He starts Rogers, Eimers, McCorkle, Hammond, and Horseman. And we're just about ready to get tipped off here. McMahon and Hammond will tip. There's a tip. McMahon wins it easily to Morrison. Underneath to McMahon, not even a handle, and Eric Horseman comes up with it. He gets it over to McCorkle, brings it up, and Ripley team very nervous. Most of these kids haven't played affiliated basketball in 3 years. But good for them. They are enthused and ready to go. Inbounding is Nathan Rogers. And into Horseman, who steps on the baseline, and it's going to go the other way. McMahon will inbound. Look at full point pressure here by the Eagles. Up to mid-court and Morrison. Samuelson. Up to McMahon. Over to the side to Samuelson. To the top. Gleason inside and knocked away by Nathan Rogers, and it goes off a Chautauqua Lake player, and it's Ripley ball. Yeah, nearly stolen by McMahon. Full court pressure here by Chautauqua Lake. McCorkle in, and gets it into Nathan Rogers, who is fouled by Judah Samuelson, the senior.
Go, White!
Into Rogers. Covered by Samuelson, and he gets it across half court. Now he picks up his dribble. Samuelson is right there. Here's McCorkle taking it to the hoop, but he spun and traveled. So both teams here off to slow starts, couple turnovers. Both teams implementing a full court pressure. There's Gleason at half court, gets it down to Morrison. Morrison makes a move on McCorkle and takes it to the hoop for the first bucket of the game. Here's Rogers. Dealing with pressure from Dan Gleason. Now Eimers, little crossover. Takes it to the hoop, lost a little control, threw it up, and McCorkle steals it away from Morrison and goes up and gets fouled. So Chris McCorkle, senior, will step to the line for Ripley. Trying to get their first points for a boys basketball program in 3 years. He misses the first. And for the second, McCorkle practices his motion. And second shot is no good also. Morrison with the rebound. Over to McMahon. Across to Samuelson. Morrison from the baseline. Banks it home. Good shot there by Brent. There's Junior. Man knocked away. Good play by Samuelson. Knocks it away from Rogers. They are challenging the ball handlers. As Eimers can't, bobbles it. Now it's taken by Dan Gleason. Takes it to the hoop. He gets fouled, I believe, by Eimers. Makes the bucket, and now he'll go to the line for a 3-point play. And now substitutions. Cam Baker checks in for Chautauqua Lake, as well as Tyler Scherer. For Ripley, Joshua Smith checks in for Ripley. And Gleason converts the 3-point play, and it is 7-0 here, Chautauqua Lake, and there's a foul. And that's going to go on Cam Baker. Cam Baker had a nice football year. He starts his basketball year out with a foul. And here we go, Chautauqua Lake full court pressure here. Both teams implementing that, and there's Baker's feet. Knocks that one out. So Chautauqua Lake's going to test Ripley's ball handling skills right off the bat here into Rogers. Rogers, though, seems to have a pretty good handle. Yeah. And gets it, tries to get it to Eric Horseman, just a little too close to him. And now Coach Luter for Ripley is going to call a timeout here for Ripley and talk it over with his plan. Coach Luter So don't expect miracles, but these kids are enthused. And they're happy to have their program back where they can play for their school. They are enthused, but don't expect miracles. But I tell you what, Ripley folks, listen to this guy. Listen to this coach. He's going to get your kids playing team ball, and they're going to know the game of the basketball when they're all done. If they stick it out and stick with him, he's going to teach them the game, that's for sure, and teach them how to be a good teammates to one another. Of course, many of you probably already know that. You had some good teams in the 80s, 90s, and they were led, early 90s, and they were led by Coach Luder. So you had some fine teams with Paul Brett's, the Swan Boys, and some good teams. So here we go, Chautauqua Lake. 5:47 left here in the first quarter, 7-0. Both teams have had some turnovers here to start. Tyler Shear into McMahon, back to Shear. Man-to-man defense here. Here's McMahon cutting, and he sinks it. Good feed right there by Shear. And now into the corner, and they're going to call a foul on Dan Gleason. Now checking in, Daryl Harper for Chautauqua Lake, as well as Tyler Loomis. Oh, travel called. Travel called there on Horseman, as Chautauqua Lake will take over 9-0 lead. McMahon will inbound in the corner. Out to Harper, and that ball's almost stolen away by Hammond. Harper out to Scherer for three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hammond. Gets it out to Rogers. Rogers is going to slow it up, let his offense get back, and Hammond wasn't expecting it. And that ball is actually off of Daryl Harper for Chautauqua Lake, and Ripley will maintain possession. Now for the first time, we're going to see Vincent Shileno in for Ripley. Young squad for Ripley, as opposed to a lot of Chautauqua Lake players are juniors and seniors. In fact, they all are. Here's McMahon into Harper, kicks it out to Loomis, who makes a nice feed inside to Shear, who can't finish it. Now we're going to have a jump ball. Baker and Josh Smith are there for the jump ball. Ball's going to go to Ripley, and in the full court pressure into Rogers. Loomis almost stole it. Now up to Hammond, and Hammond makes a bad pass into McMahon. Now McMahon outlet to Loomis. Loomis spin move, and he gives it to Baker, who goes right to the hoop, but he can't convert. Now Baker straight up and gets it rejected by Hammond. And now Hammond trying to get all the way down the court, and he hits it. And he is fouled by Baker. So there's the first points for Ripley. And they're by the sophomore Kyle Hammond, who beats everybody down the court. And he will try to convert a three-point play. The buzzer's going off, but the free throw shooter already has the ball. A little bit of confusion. Morrison back into the game for Baker. Here's Hammond, can't convert it, and the rebound almost pulled down by Smith, but it goes out of bounds. But Ripley gets on the board. It's now 9-2, 4.5 remaining here in the first quarter. And Tyler Shearer. Up to McMahon, and that is stolen away by Josh Miller. And he is going to be fouled from behind by Daryl Harper. Josh Miller with the steal. So Ripley trying to get some easy baskets going. You can see the last couple times they've gotten the ball, they've tried to run it down the court. Chautauqua Lake, Shearer is now out, and Derek Rolfe is into the ball game. There's McCorkle out to Hammond, inside and stolen away by Jason McMahon. McMahon to the corner for Loomis for a three, air ball. There's Rolfe, double dribble. Good rebound by Rolfe, but he double dribbled, and it's going to be Ripley ball. So both teams a little shaky here to start, but that's to be expected. The first ball game for either of these two teams. And Loomis steals the inbounds away and makes a no-look pass to Harper for his first bucket. So Loomis has had a couple steals, and now Morrison steals it, and he puts it in quickly for two. So now you can feel that pressure. Loomis steals it again. No-look pass to Rolfe. So quickly, there's a quick 6 points right there. Morrison reaches in and tips it away. But wow, that was a quick batch of points right there. As that press got him 6 quick ones. As it is now 15-2. Here's McCorkle. And he tries to dribble through the press and off. Is Chautauqua Lake. Morrison from the corner. Gets it, just over. A little bit out of control, Chautauqua Lake. Harper gets fouled. Gets fouled by Eimers. Coach Luter wasn't too happy with that call. But he should have got the call on the previous play. Ball went out of bounds off of McCorkle. Didn't get the foul. Here's Harper. It's a couple points so far. And he sinks the first one. Now for Ripley, first appearance for the freshman, Jeremiah Brooks, as well as Rogers is back in. And Harper sinks them both. It is now 17-2. And that one's almost stolen. And now Rogers dribbling through the pressure here, and now they'll try to set up. He's covered by Loomis, and now Rolfe steals it. Rolfe trying to go down there, and he is fouled from behind by Sawyer Eimers. And now Chautauqua Lake's going to bring in some subs. Gleason, McMahon, and Shearer back in for Chautauqua Lake. To the bench, Harper, Loomis, Morrison. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Chautauqua Lake will get it again. And looks like, I'm not sure what the call there was, but it's Ripley ball now. And McCorkle will try to dribble through the press, and he will. Gets it over half court, and now a jump ball. And it's going to go the other way. Dan Gleason, nice job tying things off from McCorkle. So Chautauqua Lake's ball. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter, 17-2. McMahon into Shearer. Now to McMahon who inbounded, and now great pass to Dan Gleason, and there's another two. So McMahon, good movement after he inbounded that, and that's what they say. Always watch out for the kid inbounding, and now we got a double dribble call on Rogers. Bunch of turnovers here for Ripley. And McMahon's going to inbound again. Out to Shearer. Shearer to the cutting Ralph. And he misses it, but there's McMahon with the follow through. He's got 4. And there's an inbounds to McCorkle, but he is fouled there by Judah Samuelson. It's going to be a 1-and-1. Already 17 fouls here for Chautauqua Lake. Compare that to Ripley's 3. Second foul on Samuelson as McCorkle will go to the line. It's been a struggle so far for the Ripley Eagles basketball teams, but that's to be expected. It's to be expected. Both teams have had some layoffs from their programs, and McCorkle misses it. McMahon with the rebound over to Loomis. Now McMahon going to pull it to the top of the key and find Shearer. Shearer covered by Eimers. Eimers, good defense there. McMahon, good passer. Shearer can't convert the cut. And now Rogers, spin move. Then crossover, breaks the pressure, but now it's hit from behind. Loomis to Rolfe, jumped, but passed it instead of shooting. Now Loomis across to McMahon for Rolfe. Little fake, going to the hoop, and he traveled. So Ripley ball here. Now, not so much pressure here for Chautauqua Lake as they're going to pick up pressure here at half court. McCorkle bringing it up. Covered by Gleason. Now a crossover here and fouled by Ralph. So Sawyer Eimers will go to the line for Ripley, senior. Minute 30 here, 21-2, Chautauqua Lake. Eimers hits the first, so he converts the 1-on-1. And he makes the second free throw. Well, here's Loomis up, and that ball's stolen by Eimers. And Eimers gets up in the air and stole it, but he left his feet. And now Shearer across, and for 3, not able to get it. Back up and in, 30, Dan Gleason had a couple shots at it, couldn't convert it. Now it goes out of bounds. And Ripley will have it here, down 21-4, minute 12 remaining. Harper back in here for Ralph. So Rogers bringing it up. Guarded by Daryl Harper. And that ball was almost saved by Taylor Loomis. but he was on the baseline. About in here is Vincent Chileno. Up to Eric Horseman, can't get it, but he gets the batted ball, but he can't convert that one. And now McMahon over to Loomis. Loomis across to Gleason, straight up, and he converts it. So Gleason has 7 points here, leading scorer for Chautauqua Lake, but another good feed by Taylor Loomis. I really like the passing of Loomis and McMahon here. Shalenko couldn't get the running jumper to fall. And now here's Dan Gleason. He's going to take it all the way to the hoop, and now they're going to call a foul on Nathan Rogers. So Gleason will go to the senior will go to the line. He's got 7 points. Brent Morrison's got 6. As Gleason hits the first. Looks like Eimers and Smith back into the game for Ripley. For Hammond and Rogers. And Gleason knocks down both free throws. Oh, here's McCorkle bringing it up. Over to Eimers. Eimers, good coverage by Dan Gleason, gets it over to McCorkle. At the top of the key, and unfortunately Shilenko could not handle that before it went out of bounds. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's 25-4. And my name's Steve here for Cable Access Channel 5. 25-4. We're going to take a little break here in the action. As we'll be right back.
It was like...
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Okay, we're back here getting ready to start the second quarter. 25-4 Chautauqua Lake here, as they have jumped out early here on the Ripley Eagles thanks to their pressure defense, full court press. Dan Gleason, I got him down for 9 points. Brent Morrison 6. Jason McMahon and Daryl Harper each have 4, and Derek Rolfs added a pair. So far, Chautauqua Lake's shared the ball pretty well. McMahon and Loomis and Gleason have all done a good job dishing it out. Ripley trying to shake off the nerves. As I mentioned, their first game in about 3 years. Why these kids, haven't played since junior high. Shilenko inbounds to Horseman. Horseman is stolen by Tyler Loomis. He's very quick, but he's going to lose this ball out of bounds. And now we're going to have a jump ball. Shilenko and Harper tie it up, and the ball's going to stay with Chautauqua Lake. Shearer will inbounds to Loomis. Back to Shearer. Harper inside to Loomis. Almost converted, but he was fouled. Good cut there by Loomis. Good pass by Daryl Harper. As the foul goes on Nathan Rogers. Take that back. That's the third on Sawyer Eimers. And in and out for Loomis. He's looking for his first points of the game, but he does have a few steals and probably a couple assists. Second free throw is also no good. Rebound made by Eimers. And he dribbles on the baseline. Coach Lutter, you could tell he's happy to be back on the sideline here, and nobody covering. Dan Gleason underneath, who dishes it off to McMahon. McMahon's got to go up with that. Instead, he's going to be called for the 3 seconds. Man had it down low. He's a big kid. He's got to go straight up with that. Instead, he kicked it out. And then it's called for 3 seconds. Here's McCorkle. Strong defense by Darryl Harper, and now picked up his dribble, and Harper's going to steal it. And up, can't get it, but right behind him is Tyler Shear, who's going to get his first bucket of the ball game. And that ball's knocked away by Harper. He's going to come up with a loose ball, give it to Loomis. Loomis to the hoop, can't get it, but there's Dan Gleason with the rebound, can't get it, but then McMahon twice up and in. And McMahon now has 6 couple boards there for him. As now Ripley, Eimers brings it up. Making him go left, and the pass is in the feet of Josh Smith. Gleason kicks it out to McMahon, to Shear. Shear underneath to Loomis, who can't handle it. Gleason gets rejected by Shaleno. And it'll be Chautauqua Lake ball. Chautauqua Lake going to bring in 4 new players here as Morrison, Ralph, Baker, and Samuelson come in. Back into the ball game is Brooks for Ripley. And Baker inbounds, can't get it. And Morrison with the rebound, and he turnaround jumper hits it, and Morrison's got 8 points. Not very good inbounds defense right there for Ripley. And Shalenko got a little too deep, and his pass is stolen by McMahon, and now a foul on Eric Horseman, and that's going to bring Taylor Shear to the line. Shear's got a couple points here. Junior. As I mentioned, all juniors and seniors here for Chautauqua Lake. On the other hand, handful of seniors and a majority sophomores for Ripley. Rogers back in for Horseman. Shearer shooting 2. And Rogers tries to bust through the double team, and he's going to get the foul called on Baker. As Rogers will go to the line, Nathan Rogers, senior. This will be 1-1, 9th team foul on Chautauqua Lake. And short on the first one. Rebound by Samuelson. Shearer over to Samuelson. Nobody covered Morrison. As he's got an easy deuce, and he's got 10 points. Leading scorer. And Brooks gets it out, and he travels. Jeremiah Brooks travels, just a freshman. Ralph inbounds to Tyler Shearer. Shearer to the right side. Now brings it back to the middle. Samuelson at the 3-point line tries to drive in, but gets rejected by Kyle Hammond. Good play there. That ball was rejected and went out of bounds off of Chautauqua Lake, I guess. So it's Ripley basketball. Here's Rogers. Bad throw. Samuelson picks it off, and he's running the court himself, and he's going up, and he takes it coast to coast. So Samuelson wanted to get in that scoring column. And Coach Luter takes the timeout, and he's going to get that chalkboard out and talk to his guys. 36-4 now, all Chautauqua Lake. But Morrison's got 9, Dan Gleason. Morrison 10, Gleason 9. And this one is all Chautauqua Lake, as Ripley cannot handle the pressure put on by Chautauqua Lake. Once again, our second game of this doubleheader. The Lady Thunderbirds beat the Lady Eagles in the first quarter, or in the first game. This is the second game, and as we mentioned, we'll be all around the county here. We got games scheduled in Westfield, Brockton. We'll be in Ripley, perhaps Clymer, back here in Chautauqua Lake. Be a little bit everywhere. Folks, in Chautauqua County, folks won't even have to leave their living rooms. Don't even have to go out in the snow if you want to watch basketball. Just turn on your cable access channel 5 and Destination Chautauqua County Sports. Is Rogers bringing it up over half court. Hammonds pressured by Morrison and knocked away by Ralph. Harper comes up with it, and he'll give it to Shearer, who will bring it up. There's Samuelson. Strong move to the middle, put to the forward. He was fouled by Brooks, and he converts. So Samuelson's got a couple buckets the last couple times down. And Chautauqua Lake will make a couple subs. McMahon and Loomis. In for Morrison and Shearer. Also McCorkle. In for Shileno. Sanderson cannot convert. Harper gets the rebound. Can't convert that, but gets it back, kicks it out. Ralph for 3. No. Hamilton. And it's going to be Chautauqua Lake basketball. Josh Smith back in the ball game for Brooks. Inbounds to Loomis. Tyler Loomis across to Ralph. Inside to McMahon, who finds Harper in the key, but he traveled, shuffled those feet. It's going to go back the other way. $38-4. Here's McCorkle, stolen by Loomis. Good anticipation there. He's going to take it all the way, and he'll have his first bucket on the night, but he's been very influential. He's really a long kid, a senior. He's already probably had about 4 or 5 steals and a couple assists. Here's McCorkle. A little bit out of control, but he gets it to fall. A little bit out of control, spinning and running, but he throws it off the boards and gets it. Here's Loomis, good pass inside to Gleason, can't convert it. Rogers with the rebound, he'll try to break it up. And there's the foul on Harper on Eimers. Shileno is going to come in for Rogers. It's going to be 1-1 here. Sawyer Eimers is going to go to the line, 1-1. Better take that back. It's going to be 2 shots. 10th foul of the half. And Eimers cannot hit it. Eimers misses that. Good pressure there by Smith. Tries to tip it away. And now McMahon down to Loomis. Loomis back to McMahon. McMahon to set it up for 3 for Loomis. No good. Hamilton or Harper with the rebound. But that ball is going to go out of bounds. Be Ripley's ball. 40-6, but there's McCorkle bringing it up. Picked up by Gleason. Gleason to Shilenko, who puts it up and just misses. And good move, Loomis. Loomis, good feed to Ralph, who misses it, but McMahon was right there to clean it up. He's got 8 points. Here's Shileno from the pick. Sawyer Eimers misses that. McMahon with the rebound. He's ready to go. And he's going to take it coast to coast, and he's got that. Yes, he's got 10. It's now 44-6, less than 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. McCorkle to Shileno, over to Eimers. Eimers at the top of the key. Yeah, it's a poor pass inside to Kyle Hammond. And now up to Gleason, but a bad pass over to Loomis, and that's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Ripley basketball. Nathan Rogers to bring it up. Rogers, good move right there. Pops, misses. Shileno can't get the rebound from Ralph, who took him out. And Morrison, can't convert on the good pass by McMahon. There's Rogers. Over to Eimers in the corner. And Ralph, good defense there. Got his hand in there. Eimers kind of tripped on the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Here's Tyler Loomis. About 50 seconds here in the first half. Inside to Loomis. Good pass. Good feed to McMahon. And Loomis is a good little passer. McMahon with a good cut. Oh, and a steal by Loomis. He's going to go all the way and take it up and in. He's got 4. Now just And another steal. Nope, we're going to get a jump ball as Gleason almost took it away from Rogers. Instead, it's a jump ball. Ripley's going to keep it. 14.4 seconds remaining. And stolen by McMahon down to Loomis. And he is fouled by Shileno. Loomis will go to the line. He's got 4. And he sticks the first free throw. Just 10.3 seconds remaining before the half. Coach Luter coaching his kids. He said a lot of the fundamentals aren't there for these kids. They've had 3 years off. It's just not there. He had to teach a lot of the basic fundamentals to these kids. But that's all right. They're going to get it. With him coaching it, they're going to get it. Here's another steal by Loomis. He tries to cut across the lane. It is batted away by Eimers. Tyler Loomis probably has about 6-7 steals. And there's McMahon. And he gets fouled by Hammond. McMahon will go to the line. McMahon having a nice half too. He's leading scorer. He's now 13 points. So it's some good passing too. Now 51-6, 5.6 seconds here in the half. And he converts both free throws. And a little full court pressure there. Rogers chucks it. It's going to be short, and that's going to be the end of the half. It's now 52-6, Chautauqua Lake over the Ripley Eagles. 10 minutes here for the halftime. We'll let you see the halftime show. My name's Steve Keyser here for the Cable Access Channel 5. You're watching Destination Chautauqua County Sports. Thank you.
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids.